Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatham. And to the Akwafim, Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Thimba Shem Yahweh Shah. It's Priest and Officer Yasha Allah reporting to you from boots on the ground, bringing you the live news. And since 1969, we've been out here hitting the pavement, teaching that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children that the Bible speaks of. And right now, I'm just giving you my weekly update on the Luz Hernandez case. Right now, the husband has been picked up in Miami and extradited to New Jersey for the murder of his estranged wife of 4 children, and they had 3 together. And this beautiful young sister, let me see if I can show her face. Matter of fact, bear with me 1 second. Let me see if I could pull up a picture of Luz Hernandez. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of the sister. See if I get a picture of the young sister. You're with me. It's just so sad that the sister, the way she did. Let's see. Trying to find an article that I can pull up that actually have a picture of the sister. This is actually going to be so lucky. Before I pull up the scripture to go with this case, let me pull up the actual article that I'm looking at right now.
Carney with the latest. Chris?
Kurt, good evening. We're located about 3 miles away from where Luz Hernandez lived in Jersey City. This is Central Avenue in Kearney, strictly an industrial area within the city, but it is here in an area fronted by trucking companies, old abandoned space, and marshland that's been here forever, that the body of this 30-year-old teacher was found dead on Tuesday.
30 years old. Sad.
Luz Hernandez was 30 years old, a school teacher, and a mother to 3 children. Now police are trying to find who took her life and dumped her body in a shallow grave. This area of Central Avenue sits in the shadow of the Pulaski Skyway, with trucking companies making up the majority of businesses. There is an empty lot and untouched marshland in the area where she was found. Hernandez was reported missing on Monday. Police were asked to perform a wellness check at her apartment along Van Horn Street. While there, police reportedly found a crime scene and some type of information not yet shared with us that led them to the site in Kearney where she was discovered. Outside of her apartment today, we met with relatives who were too distraught to speak on record. Hernandez taught at the beloved community charter school in Jersey City. That school closed today after learning of the teacher's death. As for cause of death, an autopsy is now being performed to determine that, as the search for her killer is now underway.
And that's just sad that this young school teacher got murdered like this. And it's so close to home. And this is why I cover cases like this in Jersey City. My little niece just went to that school last year before she moved, before my older sister moved to PA. My little niece was just going to school there. She probably knew that teacher. That teacher been teaching there for 6 years since that school been up. My little niece probably knew that school teacher. You see how close to home cases like this happens? But let me give you the update on this. A Jersey City police officer has been charged with hindering the arrest of an individual wanted in connection with the shooting that took place in the city this year. Paige Rivera, 34, was arrested Wednesday at the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office Internal Affairs Unit for allegedly sheltering an attempted murderer suspect in her residence. According to Hudson County Prosecutor Esther Suarez, the suspect was arrested at Rivera's residence on February 17, 2023, by members of Jersey City Police Department Ceasefire Unit and the United States Marshal Service in New Jersey Regional Fugitive Task Force. The suspect was wanted in charge of attempted murder and various weapon offenses, and Rivera was aware of the arrest warrant issued against him. Rivera has been charged with the count of hindering and violation of crime in the third degree. She was taken into custody at the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office in Jersey City and was released pending her first court appearance on March 15, 2023. The Hudson County Prosecutor's Office Internal Affairs Unit and the Jersey City Police Department Internal Affairs Unit worked together to investigate and make the arrest. Prosecutor Suarez credited both units for their diligent work in bringing the case to a close. The charges against Rivera are accusations, and she is presumed innocent until proven guilty. The case has raised concerns in the community, and it is a reminder that everyone, including police officers, must be held accountable for their actions. I'm gonna end that right there. And that's so heavy that they bring that out. It says nobody's above the law. Even Jersey City police officers has to be held accountable for their actions. And lo and behold, this case could have been closed right after it happened, but this Jersey City police officer was actually hiding a criminal, potential criminal, a known felon that had hands in the murder of this young school teacher. And it's crazy how this comes to play, because I got another article that says the estranged husband was picked up in Miami and expedited over here to New Jersey for the murder of the school teacher. And here this police officer was actually aiding and abetting a known criminal, potential felon, or so they say accused, but she was hindering prosecution by hiding this potential felon that had his hands on the killing and murder of this young school teacher. So you know what? It's heinous as it is. But let me bring you to a scripture that touches this. This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 3. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. Meaning, if you're gonna pray to the Lord for something, for one, you have to be in the Lord's favor in order to receive prayer from the Lord. In order for the Lord to hear your prayers, you have to be following the Lord's statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Bible. And that's only if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. And basically what the scripture is saying is, you're not going to get your blessing or your prayer answered, because not only are you not following the Lord's statutes, commandments, and judgments, but you're asking the Lord for something out of the flesh, meaning this wasn't out of the spirit. You wasn't in the right spirit when you asked the Lord for this. You're asking out of your lust, out of your flesh. And this is why it's very important and detrimental to our people that we hearken to the Lord thy God diligently, meaning listen and keep his law, statutes, commandments, and judgments, just so the Lord can be like, you know what? I'm going to listen to you now. I'm going to be in your favor, my child. That's the only way that the Most High will hear you or heed your prayers or heed your words, by you doing what you're told and keeping these law, statutes, commandments, and judgments in the first place. That's the only way. If not, you're going to have more cases like this Hernandez case and things of that nature. But right now, I went over my time. I'm going to give you more updates as this case unfolds. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabbat.